Hello everyone. Over my next couple of tutorial videos, I'd like to go over Blender and all of its features comprehensively. For my next couple of videos in particular though, I would just like to introduce you to its features, as well as explain the basic shapes that are used to construct more complicated shapes that you'll more often see. When you first open Blender, it will look exactly like this. Although it does have a lot of moving parts and options that are not related to each other, it is not anything to feel confused or overwhelmed about, because I will teach and highlight the relevance of each particular feature and its importance during each tutorial video. For today's tutorial, it will be a simple outline of the basics of how Blender is organized, and I will give more detailed explanations only after today. In particular, you will notice that there's a bunch of tabs in the top right of the screen. And these are quick and easy shortcuts for doing the particular process that you want to do that the tab explains. When you first open Blender, you will notice that layout is highlighted, and this simply means the basic layout of your entire 3D scene. However, if you click on modeling instead, you will notice that the cube looks different in terms of how it is highlighted. Because in the modeling tab, it will allow you to change the particular details of every shape, instead of just letting you work with a basic layout and nothing else. The next tab, Sculpting, is similar, except it works different in terms of the technical mechanics, because it will allow you to change the shape using brushes rather than editing the shape data directly. The next tab, UV Editing, is used to apply a 2D texture onto a 3D image, as well as unwrap the 3D image to determine the exact way the 2D texture is applied. The next tab, Texture Paint, allows you to paint the texture that you use for the UV editing Photoshop style. The final four tabs look the most complicated, but they are easy to understand once you get used to how they are laid out differently. In particular, shading allows you to determine how the light interacts with the environment, as you could probably tell by the title. The tab after that, Animation, allows you to animate any object in your scene. The tab after that, Rendering, determines how the computer actually calculates/renders the animation once it is all done. The final tab is not as used as often, but is called Compositing, and it simply allows you to apply special effects over your scene if you want. Now that I've explained a basic overview of what each tab does, I can discuss the basic shapes that you will use in each scene to make more complicated objects. We will switch back to layout in order to do this, as the details of the shapes do not matter for this part of the tutorial, only the shapes overall. You will notice that you already have one shape provided for you, a basic cube. However, you can click Add over here, and the first tab, Mesh, provides a list of all the basic shapes for you, like so. Plane allows you to add a simple 2D square. Cube allows you to add another cube, like so. Circle allows you to add a 2D circle. UV sphere allows you to add a sphere that looks like this, realistic looking. Icosphere allows you to add a different kind of sphere that is not as detailed looking, although I will not explain the details of why this works until later. Cylinder allows you to add a cylinder. Cone allows you to add a cone. Torus allows you to add a torus, which is a mathematical name for a donut shape. Grid allows you to add a 2D square, except it is divided into smaller sections, like a grid paper in mathematics. And finally, Monkey allows you to add the Blender monkey named Suzanne, which is sort of the mascot for the company. There is also a whole litany of other options besides just meshes, but I will save those for later tutorials, as meshes are the most commonly used thing in 3D modeling. Join me in my next tutorial video where I will explain how to edit the very basic properties of each shape you add, and explain what the vocab related to it means, such as translate, rotate, or scale.